Welcome to the Mystic Access Podcast, where the magic is in learning.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the January 12th episode of the Mystic Access Podcast. We are in 2021.
Yay!
We have some things to talk about today, and one of them is the Christmas edition of the Blind Shell phone.
Yeah,
And
we got
for
a Christmas update.
this is an update that I personally never thought I would see in the Blind Shell, and
He kept telling people, you will never see this feature. You will never see this feature.
well,
And
I was
now,
only told what I was told by Blind Shell. So for those that think we are in the know with other companies' products and product releases, we are not.
well, when there are partners, sometimes we find out some things, but we aren't developers. We don't develop for these companies. We don't have much say in what happens in development. We can provide suggestions as partners, but in terms of saying, do this, and they'll snap to and do it, that's not how it works.
But they've added a couple of features into this Blind Shell phone, and one is Telegram. So you can instant message with your friends on other platforms, or if you're two Blind Shell users, you can instant message using Telegram to each other. The other thing that they added is another game. So now instead of 3 games, we got 4 games. But the most exciting feature that they added is a web browser. So you can actually go online, browse the internet with your Blind Shell phone. So no longer can you just use email or stuff like that that requires data on your phone. You can now just go to whatever website you choose. Now, again, just because you can go to the website you choose on your Blind Shell doesn't mean it's going to be accessible. So just keep that in mind when you're browsing websites on your Blind Shell. If it's frustrating on another device because the website's not accessible, because the website didn't put in best practices for accessibility, it's going to be just as frustrating on your Blind Shell phone.
What I've always found impressive about Blind Shell, though, is their thoughtfulness in how they craft features, and the internet is no exception. I think the way they put this together is intuitive, it's very nice, it's very sleek, it's very easy to follow. You can really just begin to learn the process very quickly and jump in and visit your favorite websites. I was doing the update, and then in 10 minutes, I was on my favorite website, or one of my favorite websites, just hanging out and wandering around. So they did a very good job of this. Now, you may be wondering, okay, are you guys going to update the documentation you've done to reflect these new features? And the answer is yes, we are. It's a matter of finding the time to do it. We have a couple updates we already need to stick in there, and then we will update with these features as well. So never fear, it will happen, and we will let y'all know when that is available. Remember that the documentation we provide for Blind Shell is available for free. You don't have to have a Blind Shell from us in order to listen to that documentation. You can come to our site and download it. If you do get a Blind Shell from us, you will receive the documentation as part of your order.
Right, you will receive it on physical media. So
Yep.
by default, it's SD card, but we've had a couple of requests for NLS cartridges, so we have sent it out on NLS cartridges as well. And the beauty of that is you can take that cartridge, put it in your NLS player, and hit play, and you are good to go. You can start learning all about your new Blind Shell phone.
Absolutely. And we're so excited about this internet upgrade. It's really cool. It's very well done. And it's just going to provide a whole other world for those of you who use the Blind Shell and enjoy the Blind Shell. So we think you're going to really enjoy this feature. Speaking of things people might enjoy, Chris, we have a new tutorial on pre-order.
Yeah, we do. It's the 1Password audio tutorial. And this is a password manager that is very accessible, and it is cross-platform. And the tentative release date is March 1st.
Absolutely. You can learn more about that. I'll put a link in the show notes for you so you can visit the site, see Chris's outline for the documentation, and learn more. 1Password is a paid program, just so you're aware. There are free ones, and in fact, if you check out the sales page for this, you will find a link to Chris and Alan Lemley discussing a couple of options for password managers on a Tech Talk presentation that they gave together, which was very informative. And whether or not you choose to invest in the 1Password tutorial, I think listening to this Tech Talk presentation will give you a really good insight into why you might want a password manager for your daily use. Speaking of things on pre-order, for those of you who have the Fire TV tutorial on pre-order, I have a nice email all composed to those of you who have pre-ordered thus far, but I just want to summarize what's going on there. As mentioned in a previous podcast, there is a new interface update coming to the Fire products, particularly to the newest Fire products. They've already gotten it, the ones that Amazon just released. And this interface, from the research I've done, really changes a lot in terms of how you view things on the Fire TV experiences and on the Fire Sticks. So what we're doing is we're waiting until this interface comes out before I really dive into the major recording portion of this tutorial. So I'm going to have a little bit with the old interface, but not much, because just in case you have an old unit that doesn't change interfaces, I want you to be aware that this is how your interface works. But for the most part, I want to be able to record with the fresh new interface that most people are going to get. Problem is, we don't know when the upgrade or update to the new interface for current units is going to be. So that's where the delay is currently. As I said, I have a nice email with more explanation. But if you're wondering, if you're thinking, is this product ever going to come out, please bear with me a bit longer. Really appreciate your pre-orders. They really help us to know that you guys have a level of interest in this. So if you've been waiting to pre-order, feel free to go ahead and pre-order. This is happening. It's just a matter of waiting for this interface update so that I can get the recording done. Plus, the next couple weeks for me are going to be Insaneville, so it's going to be a little while before I can do it anyway. But in the meantime, I'm checking every few days to see if I've gotten the update to the new interface.
So we can be careful here for a second, but a couple podcasts ago we talked about some super secret project, which isn't really a secret.
It isn't really super secret anymore, is it?
It is not, because Mr. Andrew Flatters of Humanware apparently talked about it. And what it is we will be doing audio documentation for the new Brilliant series of products.
Yes, we will. We're very excited about that. So I will be reclusive for the next couple weeks getting that finished up and make sure that that is as good as it needs to be for you guys. So these new Brilliants are really exciting and they have a lot of potential. And for those of you who are considering buying one, we hope that the documentation we provide will make that an easier experience for you to decide, is this something that I really want? So if you liked anything that we've done previously with Humanware for either the Braille Notes or for the Brilliant BI-14, then here is another in that series. So really excited to be part of that.
And the secret is out.
The secret is out. Yay! More Braille displays.
More Braille displays. Awesome.
Yeah.
And because of the Braille displays, the QBraille project has been put on hold.
Yeah, it will happen. It's just a matter of time. I got to get this finished first. This is a good time to mention something to y'all that's just probably obvious, but in case it isn't to anyone, anytime we're contracted with another company to do a project, that takes priority. So those release dates and things come first. If that's on the calendar to do, those must get done on time because they need to be available when the product that they're for is available to the public. So those automatically come first. Same thing if I'm writing something for NBP. You have a book deadline that comes first. So when you're thinking sometimes, gosh, we thought this was going to be released then, if we have a project that falls into our laps, then sometimes we do have to push something back a bit. And we try not to make that a regular thing or push anything back too far, but that's just kind of how that works. When you're contracted with a company, you've usually received some sort of payment or some sort of compensation for what you're doing ahead of time. Therefore, you want to make sure, and just for your own integrity and the integrity of your company, you want to make sure that you're doing that project in detail and on time.
And sometimes there's going back and forth with your quote-unquote boss, if you will, because they are the quote-unquote boss, and you're 99.9% done, and then the person comes back and says, oh, we want this, and this.
Sometimes that happens. You hope that doesn't happen, but occasionally it does. Or you'll have an edit that has some clarity issues or something when you're doing something. So there's a lot of factors that come into play.
Speaking of upcoming tutorials that we are going to do, and this is going to come sooner rather than later, which is our tutorial on the Evo E10 DAISY media player that we have had very, very positive results on this collaboration with Barry Scheuer from Guidelights and Gadgets and Mystic Access. It has been really, really fun to play with the player, and the tutorial isn't quite done yet, but we do have that little podcast insert that is up on the product page for anybody to listen to. If you have that in the device in your hand, then that may help you figure some of this stuff out. The hardest part to do, I think, is typing on the device. So we will get this out in the next week or so, and that's next after the Brilliant project to get done, is to get that tutorial out to you guys.
Yeah, we have to have time where we're both available to record it. So I won't be. I'll be cloistered for the next few days getting the Brilliant stuff completed. So until we're able to get back together and record, we can't finish that for you. And we have a substantial amount still to do on it, but we've gotten a good start. We know some of you have made the statement that what's in the insert that we did on the page is not enough information. And we understand that. You know, it's just an insert. It's just something that tells you a little bit about what's going on and shows you a bit of what it sounds like. So the full thing will be done. It's just a matter of getting it completed and up.
We've already got an hour edited of it. That's
We
just to
do?
give you guys an idea. Yes, we do.
And don't forget that our January free class is all on the Evo as well. So that's coming up, I think, the 28th.
It is, however, also on the 25th, we will be collaborating once again with Barry Scheuer with Guidelights and Gadgets, and we will be presenting on Tech Talk about the Evo players. If one day is not enough, you might have 2 days with us if you wanted to go and visit us at the Pat Price Tech Talk training room for Accessible World. We will be there as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a similar presentation. If you want to come to both, you're certainly welcome to. Both will be available. In fact, we're going to be kind of regulars on Tech Talk this month.
Yes, because we will be there for the previous week. I think they're tired of us.
They're going to be sick of us, aren't they? God.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about our Windows 10 audio tutorial as well as our Fire tablet tutorial, and possibly mention the 1Password and stuff we have coming up on the 18th of January in the Pat Price Tech Talk training area.
Yeah, both these Tech Talks are on Monday nights for those of you who don't go to Tech Talk presentations, and they are at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So feel free to come hang out with us. Speaking of Windows 10, while we're giving you announcements, the Windows 10 book that we wrote for MBP is also now available in electronic formats. So you can get your eBraille, you can get your Word, you can get your eDaisy. All these formats are now available in addition to hard copy Braille. So if you visit NBP's site, you can certainly find that. Tony just released a lovely press release on the NBP mailing list. If you're part of that, you may have seen it. Just came out a few days ago. And we are really excited to have this out and available to you. So if you are interested in perhaps having the book and the audio tutorial, they make great companion pieces to one another.
You know what the coolest part of that press release was?
No.
I got top author billing.
You did. You did. Now, I haven't looked on the site to see if you get top author billing, but that was really funny. So we have one more announcement before we go into our demo for today. And we have a cool new little accessory gadget up on Mystic Access. We're really excited about it because it's something that I've been wanting to offer for a while. As you know, or may know, we offer 3 different types of really nice quality nylon braided cables, USB cables. And one is Lightning, one is USB-C, and one is reversible micro. And each of these comes in packs of 3. So you have the ability to get 3 for a really good price. And in the case of the USB-Cs and micros, they're in different lengths as well. So we've been offering these for a while, and they've been great sellers, and you guys really like them. But one of the things I wanted to do, too, is help you to maximize your charging space. You know how you're always looking for somewhere else to charge a USB? At least I am. It's like, oh, I need another spot. Or I just happen to be over here and I really need to plug this in right here where I am. Well, we have something that may assist with that. You know how a lot of times when you're trying to plug in a USB device or a cord with a USB on the end, and you're thinking, gosh, I really need more space. You know those little wall plugs that only have one USB port on them? Well, we're offering plugs that have 2 USB ports. And they still offer fast charging. They still offer all the things that little other wall plugs offer, but you have 2 ports instead of 1. So you can really maximize your charging efficiency there.
One thing we are offering are 2 packs of plugs. One package contains 3 plugs with 2 USB ports in different colors, and the other package contains 5 of them, but they only have 1 USB port. And the neat thing about these is they're different colors.
Yep.
So one's blue, one's white, one's purple, one's green, one's rose gold. And I think those are the colors
Yep, that sounds
that
right
are
to me.
in the package. So it's kind of neat. There's 5 and you get all 5. We thought, especially for low vision people, to offer the different colors so that, okay, well, maybe you use a specific cable for your iPhone or use a specific plug for your Android, and you can say, oh, this is the blue one. This is the one that I use, just to be organized. It really doesn't matter which one you use for what device, but maybe you want to do that for your own personal records.
Yeah, or maybe you want to share them with a spouse or a partner or a kid. You can do that and say, okay, you get the green one and the white one, and I get the purple, blue, and rose, or however you want to work it. So you can definitely split them up, or you can put them in different rooms. You've got lots of options for how to use them, and you can really maximize your outlets. Because if you're like me and you don't have a lot of outlets, you want all that you can possibly get out of those.
And they are $22 on the website for all 5.
They are, and they have a nice little feature that I don't think I've ever seen on another one of these little wall warts.
That's true. They've got little finger holes that you can put on, you grab the thing with your fingers and you can pull it out. It won't slip out of your hand when you're pulling it out of the socket.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that until I've seen these. Chris was telling me about it, and then when I got mine, I was like, oh, these are kind of cool. So we really hope you like these. They're just a fun little accessory to add to our accessories category that we think would be very practical and useful for you guys. And they're available now. In fact, if you go to mysticaccess.com/go, G-O/double charge, you'll find them. Double charge being one word. That's the pretty link to get you there quickly.
You know what I like to do? I like to watch TV.
You do?
I do. I like to learn about stuff too.
Is that why we've done cord cutting classes in the past?
Something like that. So I started playing with Discovery Plus, the streaming service, which just came out a few days ago. And it's really, really cool because it's a place where you can go and learn things. So you can discover a lot of things, hence the name Discovery.
Well, it's also done by Discovery Communications and uses their network. So you've got stuff from Science, Food Network, Animal Planet, a whole bunch of different networks available to check out stuff. And they also have exclusive content that you won't find anywhere else. So if you've watched any TV over the last month or so from any of the Discovery networks, you have seen the advertisements because they have been everywhere for Discovery Plus coming out. And Chris, I know you've said you are really excited about the accessibility, how nice it is.
Well, it's nice. It has a couple of unlabeled buttons here and there, but you can still find what you want. And
you can figure out what those are.
They're just there. I've played with this on iOS and Android, so you can log into the same account on both devices, and you can, watch your TV. What I have not done is played with it on a set-top box or a TV as of yet, so I don't know what its accessibility is, but it's really, really nice to be able to, again, have things to watch, especially in the unit of time that we're currently in right now.
Yeah, the current climate, you might want some escapism.
So that's just, something to keep in mind, that there is another service, and it is between $5 and $7. The $5 plan gets you the same stuff, but you have ads. The $7 plan, or $6.99, I believe it is, gives you no ads.
Absolutely. And remember that with Discovery, you're not going to get audio description. So that's not something that you're going to get. It's not like a Netflix. It's not movies, anything like that. But it's shows. It's reality. We're not talking like Survivor, Amazing Race type reality. We're talking about like cooking shows and design shows and stuff like that. Documentaries. All kinds of goodies on here that Chris will show us in a moment. But we're really excited to be playing with this, and I actually haven't even gotten to yet. I've got it on my phone, but I haven't even set it up yet. Oh, and you do get, speaking of setting it up, a 7-day free trial, so you can check it out and decide if it's for you.
The nice thing about the 7-day free trial is that if you play with it on an iPhone or play with it on Android, you can start your 7-day free trial. You can also start your 7-day free trial from discoveryplus.com. You can create an account that way, or you can sign into your account and you can actually watch these shows on your computer, which is
Well,
really
that's kind of nice.
kind of nice as well. I was doing that earlier today, watching some kind of gold show where they were gold miners and stuff, and they were going to go into Alaska and try and find gold, which is really kind of cool. So I was watching that literally using Microsoft Edge and JAWS and my Discovery Plus trial account.
The thing about Discovery and a lot of the shows is that this is kind of stuff Chris and I both really like. So it could be potentially fun for us to talk about doing water cooler discussions in the middle of the workday. It's like, oh, there's a little bit of a boring spell here. Let's talk about what we're watching. So
Yes.
there's a lot of fun stuff there. And if you are someone who is into TLC's 90 Day Fiancé series by chance, which I watch occasionally and usually lose my mind and then stop. But if you're into it, if that's your thing, and you're watching these couples, there's a bunch of exclusive 90 Day Fiancé like spin-off series and interview shows and all kinds of stuff. So they're calling it like the exclusive home of the entire 90 Day Fiancé universe. So if that's your thing on TLC, then that is available to you also through Discovery Plus. There's also some documentaries available. I know David Attenborough has a new documentary that's available exclusively through Discovery Plus. There's a lot of stuff that you can check out.
So let's check it out. We're not going to give you a extensive look at the app because these things kind of change, but we just want to show you a little bit of what's here. So I'm going to open my Android.
Device unlocked. Discovery Plus.
So we're on Discovery Plus. I'm going to double tap and open it.
Discovery Plus. For you. Discovery Plus. Selected. For you.
So we got for me. And it kind of put me, I think, in the middle of the screen. So if I'm to flick to the left, we've got
Continue watching.
continue watching.
TLC, 4 of 23. In list, 23 items. Food Network, 3 of 23. HGTV, 2 of 23. Discovery Plus Originals, 1 of 23. Unlabeled, out of list.
So I don't know what that unlabeled out of list is.
Start watching, button. Carousel item, Mike Rowe provides answers that prove everything is connected. How, what, why. Science and technology. Food Network, 3 of 23.
Oops,
In
I
list,
put my
23
finger
items.
Somewhere in the middle of the screen again.
Carousel item,
Mistake.
Mike Rowe
There's
provides
my
answers that prove everything is connected. How, what, why.
Carousel item.
Science and
So how do you go
And-
through that carousel? You'd have to double tap it, right, with Droid?
Let's see.
start watching, button. Carousel item, Mike.
I'm not sure how to flick between that carousel, but I think iOS is the same way. It just
Well, with
shows
carousel
you.
items in iOS, though, you up and down to move
Right.
through them.
Right, and this one, let's see.
It doesn't say it's
Right.
item one of something. Maybe there's only one
does
item in
not.
the carousel. I don't
Right,
know.
that could be. I'm literally just looking at this, for a couple of hours.
Well,
even.
you've been watching it though.
I
you've
have
been
been,
playing
yes,
with it.
but not on Droid.
Start watching, button. Unlabeled.
Maybe that's how you do it. Let me see. Go there.
My list. Show added to.
Oh, you added that to your list, or you added something to your list.
Apparently. Let me see.
Well, what does it say?
Discovery Plus Originals, 1 of 20. Unlabeled, out of list. Start watching, but. Carousel item, Mike Rowe provides answers that prove everything is connected. How,
Okay,
what,
you're back
why.
to the carousel.
Science and technology. Start watching,
Let
button.
me see.
Unlabeled.
Go there.
My list. Show removed from.
And you removed it.
Yeah, I must have. Okay. I must have added it to my list.
Discovery Plus Originals, 1 of 23. In list, 23 items.
So now we're back
So
to
these
this
are the
list.
networks, the various places from which you can get content. So if you know that you watch a show on HGTV, you can check in here to see if it's available from within the HGTV section.
Right. I want to see something. I want to see if I can.
HGTV, 2. Food Network, 3 of. TLC, 4 of 23.
There's your TLC.
Investigation Discovery, 5 of. OWN, 6 of 23. Animal Planet, 7 of 20. Magnolia Network Preview, 8 of 23. History, 13 of 23.
Let's go to history, because that's, I
Discovery
think,
Plus.
where I was.
Carousel item.
See, there's
Let's
another
see.
carousel.
Trending. Carousel item.
Yep, there's carousel item.
Trending.
I'm
There's
saying there has to be a way to click on those carousels.
Right.
Ancient Aliens, 1 of 13. In list, 13
you did it
items.
somehow or something.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Okay, I just flicked off it. Maybe you're right about the first carousel. There was only one thing in it.
Maybe there was only one thing in that first carousel. It was like your major featured show.
Something. Right.
Yeah.
So now we've got Ancient Aliens.
American Pickers, 2 of 13. Alone, 3 of 13. Forged in Fire, 4 of 13. Mountain Men, 5 of 13.
See, my gold thing, I thought it was on history.
American
Any of
Ripper,
you
3 of
who
13.
have Disney Plus, this layout, the way they're doing this, is going to be very familiar to you because there's a
Right.
lot of similarity here. Don't you have a search?
X-Men, 5 of 13.
I'm still in history.
Navigate up, button.
Okay, let me go up here.
Discovery Plus. History, 13 of 23. Enlist.
There it is. You kind of have to use a little bit of Explore by Touch to get to those tabs. So you've got to count, which is to the furthest right.
Search.
Search. There's your search tab.
My list.
My list.
Browse.
Browse.
Selected. Home.
And home. So these are
So
your
what's
tabs.
in browse? Maybe browse
Browse.
is another way to find things easily.
Let's see.
Browse.
We're going to hit
Selected.
browse. And now we're going to go back up near the top.
Magnolia Table with Joanna Gaines. Ghost Adventures. Hometown. American Detective with Lieutenant Joe Kenda. Gold Rush.
There's Gold
That's
Rush.
what I was watching. Okay.
Yep.
Evil Lives Here. Ghost Adventures. Cecil Hotel. 90 Day Diaries.
Cecil Hotel. I was watching that other thing earlier too. That's that one where I was telling you they found. Never mind. Let's not spoil it to anybody. But you know what I'm talking about. Let's go to search. See if we can't find
Search.
their search. I just did a Explore by Touch.
Search. Just added.
Oh, no, that's
And
cool.
So we got just added.
Ghost Nation. S2E6 Spectre of the Surgeon. 1 of 16. Enlist. 16 items. Ghost Nation. S2E7 Evil Inc. 2 of 16. Search. Edit box.
There's your search box.
Went up near the top. I did Explore by Touch, and I can do a search. Let's see.
Showing English US QWERTY keyboard.
So I've got a good search for you. Give
Okay.
me the word kitchen.
K. N. N. Search. English US QWERTY keyboard hidden.
Now let's see what we have.
Unlabeled. Button. Discovery Plus. Selected. Shows. Enlist. 7 items. Episodes. Specials.
Oh, that's cool.
Extras.
You can filter your search results by shows, episodes, specials, and extras.
Unlabeled. Kitchen Impossible. Unlabeled. Unlabeled. I Want That. Builders. Kitchen and Bath Show. Unlabeled. Unlabeled. Kitchen Crashers. Unlabeled. Unlabeled. The Lost Kitchen. Unlabeled.
So what is the Lost Kitchen?
I don't know.
Let's find out, shall we?
Okay.
Discovery Plus. Carousel item. Aaron French welcomes food lovers from around the world to the Lost Kitchen. Food. Watch now. Button.
So there's Watch Now.
Unlabeled.
There's
That's the unlabeled. where you
Selected. Episodes.
Yeah.
Add to your list.
Yep. I bet you that's exactly what it is. So we've got episodes,
Extras.
extras.
About the show. You may also like. Season 1. S1E1. Welcome to the Lost Kitchen. 48 MTVG. Unlabeled. Button. Navigate up. Button.
And that's it. What happens when we watch it?
Carousel item. Aaron French. Watch now. Button.
Double tap.
Discovery Plus. Show player controls. Hide player control. Hide player controls. Hide player controls. Show. Low verbosity is now active. The Lost Kitchen.
that some
Welcome
of
to the
you
Lost
have
Kitchen.
traveled a bit of a way
S1E1
to
48
be here.
MTVG 01 button.
And I'm going
Navigate.
to go home,
Home screen
to
3 of 3.
stop
Notarize.
the player, but you have to be fast when it's saying show player controls because they immediately hide again. So that player controls where you would normally stop and start your show, that could use a little bit of help. So it could use a little bit of help on iOS, but it also allows you to find your show and watch it.
Yeah, but what if you need to stop it or you missed something and you need to rewind it? Can you do it successfully?
No, not yet.
That's not good.
I wasn't right. Again, they need help.
Screen off.
I mean, if you're saying it's accessible and yet we don't have the ability to rewind our show, I have a bit of a problem with that. I did with Disney Plus too. You guys may remember that I complained rather
Yes.
forcefully about that issue.
Yes, and they fixed it too with Disney Plus.
I mean, they did. I don't know how it works on Droid, but the fact that I can't rewind my show is a problem for me. That, for me, might be a showstopper.
For me, it's not because I usually just start my show and stop my show. So again, each person has their own way of doing stuff. Give it a couple weeks. If we complain enough to Discovery, they should be able to fix it. I didn't know what that add to list and apparently that's add the list and remove list. That one unlabeled button.
Yeah, there's only one unlabeled button. I was expecting from what you said for there to be multiple ones all around, and it's one
Right.
button. It's the add and remove from list. It's a toggle.
Right.
So you can add things to your watch list or remove them. And
Right.
that's cool. I mean, you need that ability. So that part's
Right.
great.
Right.
Interestingly enough, you did not find the kitchen show that I thought we might find, which is The Kitchen, which I thought would probably be on there, and I'm kind of sad that it's not, but that's okay. That one you
Yeah.
were watching actually looks cool. That might be something I watch. I didn't see a way you could AirPlay or anything like that. I saw Cast for a second.
That would be AirPlay. You don't do Android. Cast you do Android. AirPlay I would guess would be in the same spot. I saw that for a second too. So I have switched to my iPhone really quickly, and we're going to take a peek at the iOS app for Discovery Plus.
Discovery Plus, Nature and Animals.
And it puts
Paranormal
you
and
somewhere in the
unexplained.
middle. Of
It
something.
did.
For you. For you.
So here's for me, and
Relationships. True crime.
These are just
Home.
categories.
yes,
Food. Lifestyle. Adventure and exploration. Documentaries. Paranormal and unexplained. Nature and animals. Science and technology. Automotive. The Zoo, San Diego.
Yay!
nice.
Button.
I wonder if that's my add to watch list button.
Probably.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Man
Where
fire
is your
food.
watch list? For one
Button.
thing,
Man fire food.
Let me see.
that's a show.
Tab
link
bar.
too.
Selected. Home. Tab. 1 of 5. Browse. Tab. 2 of my list. Tab.
There you
3
go.
of 5.
Let's go in there and see if it's in there.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back
My
up to the
list.
top.
Gold Rush. Button. More. Gold Rush.
So there's Gold Rush, which I was watching before.
Button. Tab bar. Home. Tab. 1 of 5.
So let's see. That's home.
Browse. Tab.
There's
2 of 5.
browse.
Selected. My list. Tab. 3
My
of
list.
search. Tab. 4 of
Search.
account. Tab. 5 of 5.
So
And
it didn't
account.
add anything to your list besides Gold Rush.
No, it did not. And I think when we were on Android, it said removed from list.
No, but that was a different show. That was the Zoo San Diego that you were just trying to add to your list
Right.
just now.
So let's go back to home.
Tab bar. Home. Tab. 1.
Like if you wanted to keep watching The Lost Kitchen, I'm wondering how you would get to it to watch it.
I'd probably have to search for it again.
I don't think that's right. That doesn't make sense because you were watching it. So where the heck would that be?
Might not have given it time enough to synchronize.
I don't know.
Can you help? With Callahan Welsh. Fall in love with relationships. Get to know Tori and Zach Roloff. Dig into food. Dive into Shark Week with Luke Tibble. Make a house a home. No vacancy. Haunted hotels and more.
Cool. I'm going to watch that. So this is just all the stuff you can listen to. or
Yeah, see,
watch.
this is more your way of navigating something. You'll just go through and see what categories are here. I'm kind of a little more strategic in how I browse. I kind of want to know, is this something new? Is this something they're featuring? Is this, I don't know. We just browse the thing completely differently, so it's kind of interesting. Hopefully, this at least gives you an idea of kind of what is here.
I don't care if it's new. If it's something I want to watch, I want to watch it.
Like that one that it was showing with the micro documentary a
Right.
second ago. I liked to know about that. I like to know that that was a featured thing because it's something I'd never heard of before, and I was like, ooh, that looks cool.
But I'd never heard of it before either, but I could care less that it was featured. So, like you said, again, each person does their own way of finding new content.
I have a really
Tab.
strategic
Selected.
mind, though.
Home. Tab.
And
1
I
of
think
5.
those of us who kind of think that way, kind of organize, compartmentalize things a little bit, maybe my way would appeal to you. So the problem is right now, I don't think like there's any heading nav in here.
No, there's not.
That drives
Browse.
me crazy.
Tab. 2 of 5.
Let's go to browse, which is where we were when we, well, it isn't where we found that lost kitchen. We did the search for that
No,
one.
we did a search.
So let's go back up here towards the
A to Z.
top. So
Wait.
you got-
All.
Here's the
Image.
options.
All.
We've got
Image. A photo
A
of
to
outdoor
Z.
activities. All.
so there's all.
Discovery Plus Originals. Image. A photo of outdoor activities. HGTV. Image. A black background with nothing else on it. Food Network. Image. TLC. Image.
So here are all of our TV channels again.
Investigation Discovery. Image. Own. Image.
So you can't
Page
go-
2 of page 3 of
Yeah,
3.
oh, there you go. Now it worked. Going
Button.
up by pages.
90 Day Fiancé. The Other Way Strikes Back.
90 Day Fiancé. Awesome. Never heard of it. Let's keep it that way.
Button. Flip or flop. Button. Guys Grocery Games.
That's one of my favorites.
Okay, let's go here.
Guys Gro... Back button.
There's your back button.
Guys Grocery Games. Image. A person standing. Guy Fieri sends chefs running down aisles in this high-stakes competition.
It's very funny.
Cooking competitions bullet food. Watch now. Button.
Let's see what happens if we watch now, if we can get to player controls. Watch now.
Stop. Button.
Welcome
Icon full screen no padding button.
On this
Icon
show,
full screen
the
no
chefs
padding
are
button.
cooking and shopping exactly
Icon full
the way
screen no
you
pad
do.
stop button.
With real foods, they're grabbing.
Back button.
Unlike Android, you can actually stop it.
But that wasn't helpful. I didn't see anything but stop.
Let me see.
Guys grocery games. S21 wild in the aisle. The chefs make spaghetti and meatball. Resume button.
You can resume. So let's resume it.
Stop
Grabbing
button.
off the shelves of a
Guys
real
grocery
market.
games.
That's us.
Wild in the aisle.
This is getting
Stop
we checking
button.
out with
Guys
nothing.
grocery games.
But the
Stop
last chef
button.
standing.
Back button.
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
It looks like the only thing you can do is stop.
I have a definite problem with that. If I got interrupted and I was watching something, I want to go back about 30 seconds to a minute to reorient myself to where I was, especially if I'm
Right.
watching a documentary that's pretty intense and I want to be able to figure that out.
Right. It doesn't look like they're there.
Well, here's another way to find out if they're there. Can you do playback on the lock screen?
That's a
Image.
good point.
Back button.
Let's see.
Can you also
Guys
do it
grocery
with Magic
game.
Tap
S21
on that
wild in the
screen?
aisles. Resume button. Stop button.
Has a chance.
Yes, you can do Magic Tap.
That's good to know
Let's see if you can do it from the lock.
Back at some serious cash.
because there may be
11:13 a.m.
Controls
Saturday,
there.
January. iPhone, wild in the aisles. Guys, playback destination button. Track position, 38 seconds. Adjustable. Swipe up, go backward 10 seconds.
There you
button.
go.
There
There's
you
your
go.
answer.
Actions
Well,
available.
that's how you
Lock
can do
it.
it then.
And then you can go
You
back
can
and
go
forward.
back. Let me see.
Now, if
Go
you're watching
backward
this
10
with
seconds.
someone, well, let's
Play
make sure it
button.
works.
Right.
Actions available. Pause. Go backward 10 seconds.
Three
Button.
of them.
Go backward 10 seconds.
Is no carts
Go
allowed.
backward 10 seconds.
This is getting out of
Pause.
control. Four.
Play.
So
That's
that
kinda
works.
cool.
Yeah, that
That
works
does-
great. I actually do that a lot with some that allow me the option to do it because it's just easy. Now, if you're watching this with a sighted friend or spouse or whatever, you can't do that. That's not gonna work. But
Right.
it'll work if you're watching it by yourself.
So that's kind of cool to know.
Yeah,
So that's one way to get to player controls.
yeah. I don't know if that's gonna do the same thing on Droid, but it probably will.
Probably. Although with Droid, you don't have the 2-finger double tap. So you can't stop it that way.
No, but you could lock the screen, and then
Right.
you'll have your play, pause, rewind, fast forward controls.
Exactly. Right.
So it's brand new. It's not even been out a week. So, well, I guess it has been as of the release of this podcast. I think it came out last Tuesday or something.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's brand new. For what it is right now, it's cool. I definitely want heading nav. There's a lot I want. But yeah, I might give it a chance at this point just with the ability to move back with those controls and find what I want. Although I do want to know where the heck my watch list is in terms of stuff I've been watching because Chris really should have seen. Actually, kill the app real quick. I'm kind of curious if it just needs a
11:14
second
a.m.
to, like,
Stop.
you
Yeah,
said,
maybe.
sync.
Let me see.
App switcher. Discovery Plus. Active. App switcher. App store. Active.
I am signed into the same account on both devices. So let me find this again real quick.
And Discovery Plus. Double tap to open.
Let's open it.
Discovery Plus. Image. For you.
Now I'm going to go down to my stuff.
HGTV.
Let me see.
Tab bar.
How are
My
you going
list.
to do
Tab.
that?
3
Oh,
of
my
5.
list.
Yeah, my list. I was thinking Hulu with my stuff. Let me see.
Hey, speaking
Browse.
of
Tab. 2 of 5.
Hulu, it got a bunch of new channels recently.
It-
bunch of new
it did.
Viacom channels.
Yes.
My list. Gold Rush. Button. Home. Tab. 1 of 5. Browse.
That's discouraging.
Tab. 2 of
Nope, it's not there.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
Because I thought you would have at least gotten Guys Grocery Games because you just watched it right there.
Right. They should have some kind of way for you to easily find what you were last watching.
Home.
That might
Tab.
be
1
in
of 5.
home. Let me take a look real quick since we're here.
For you. Relationships. True crime. Home. Food.
What about for you?
Paranormal and unexplained. Food. Home. True crime. Relationships. For you. For you.
I think that is for me.
Relationships.
Oh,
I think
Okay.
it's like a heading here, so it doesn't do anything. When
oh
you
it's
double
very
tap on it.
frustrating when you don't know what you're looking at.
Right.
True crime. Home. Food. Micro provides answers that prove everything is how, what, why. Start watching. Button. Favorite ad. Button. Ad. Discovery Plus Originals.
Now, there's a favorite
Oh,
ad.
there's the favorite ad. Okay. So you can add that to your favorites.
I'm
Okay.
just not understanding where you go to see your favorites.
Favorite
How-
ad. Button.
Just
how
for
you
the
see
sake
your
of doing
watch
so,
list.
I don't care what my watch
Nature
list
and
looks
animals.
like.
I always do. That's another difference between us. Makes me crazy.
See, when we do these demos, people, okay, she spends about 30 minutes looking for something to add to her favorites.
Because I want it to be curated and right.
So I'm the one that suffers.
But I have a watch list
My
that's
list,
exactly
tab,
how I
2
want
of
it.
5. Browse, tab, 2. My list, tab, 3 of
So
5.
let's go to my list.
The magic of
Let's see
editing
if-
lets us look much more organized than we actually are.
Button.
Let's see if
Gold
that's
Rush.
there now.
Nope, there's
Button.
Gold Rush.
6 degrees with Mike Rowe.
There it is.
Oh, it is.
Yep. So that's
So maybe what you did was favorite. I don't know. I'm kind
which
of.
is what I just did. I just
Okay.
favorited this one show right
But
here.
that one a second ago, which we thought was favorited, was the San Diego, the Zoo
Yes,
San Diego.
and I think I unfavorited. I think I favorited it immediately and then unfavorited it.
I'm just wondering where the stuff you were recently watching is. That's what I can't
Right.
figure out. That's clearly a different list than this stuff.
Because I favored this Gold Rush thing or Gold whatever on the web browser.
That explains why it's here. So this is not a recently watched list. This is a favorited list.
Right.
This is stuff you either want to watch or want to make sure you come back to or want to keep up with or whatever.
This is just a haphazard look
Yeah.
at Discovery Plus, and once we get more familiar with it, then we can do another quick
Or they'll
demo.
update it. They're going to update
yes.
things regularly. It's brand new. If you want more information, if you want to find out more or set up an account or start a trial, one way you can do that is by going to discoveryplus.com. That's PLUS.com. So thank you guys very much for discovering along with us. It has been fun as always. Happy New Year. Hope it is starting out well for you. And just take some deep breaths, y'all. We are powering our way through January. And
Yes, we are.
we will see you guys again one more time this month, and we look forward to it. Talk to you
Thank you,
soon.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.
The preceding podcast is a presentation of Mystic Access, where the magic is in learning. If you are blind or visually impaired and desire to discover how our comprehensive products and services may support and empower your assistive technology journey, we welcome your visit at www.mysticaccess.com. Have a question or wish to place an order via phone? Call us at 716-543-3323. If you have something to share about this podcast episode, press 4 to reach our Mystic Access podcast comment line. Email us at info@mysticaccess.com. Connect with us on Twitter at twitter.com/mysticaccess and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/mysticaccessempower. Would you like to spread the word about our podcasts? Your friends and colleagues may listen and subscribe at www.mysticaccesspodcast.com. If you enjoy our episodes, consider leaving us an iTunes rating and review. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks for spreading the word, and thanks for being a listener. We hope you enjoyed this episode.